17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.
What you do tonight? Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah. Eyes all around me, can't stay on the island.
Good evening, fans of fantastic films. Welcome once again to the Drive-In Asylum double feature with me, Sam Panico, our special guest tonight in the Fez, AC Nicholas.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Hello.
Awesome.
Hello.
If only I had the right camera on. There we go. Oh, much better. Oh, what monster could have done this?
You came to the right show.
Came to the right show. How's everybody doing? I'm so excited. It feels like it was 10 years since we did our last show. And I know it was only a week. It was a week. What a week it's been.
Yeah, busy week for me too.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Super excited. Thanks for having me back yet again.
Yeah. So we're going to some crazy places tonight. We're going to Blood Island. Like this isn't necessarily one of the 4 Blood Island movies, but it's a Blood Island movie, right? We can
It is, yeah.
admit, and it's also Terror is a Man. It's the same movie, which is also the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Island of Dr. Moreau. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually the second Filipino remake of The Island of Dr. Moreau.
That's right.
Yeah. And a second with John Ashley in it too. Like, I mean, where it doesn't have like a blonde married woman for John Ashley to take away from her husband. That's my favorite Blood Island thing, where it's like as soon as he sees like a scientist's wife, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do
He's
this.
like, that's me. That's all me.
It's my thing. It's my thing.
That's why I'm in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm here to cuck. That's what I'm here to do.
Where's Beverly Hills?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Beverly Hills. I have such a crush on Beverly Hills. She's so sexy, and she's also an Invasion of the Bee Girls.
Yeah.
And what I love about her is that she's not like this sweet young thing. Like she's a little older.
Yeah.
She looks like she's like in her late 30s, maybe even her early 40s, especially by the time she was in Bee Girls. Super sexy.
Yeah.
She just kills it in every scene she's in.
That's part of the formula here of the Blood Island or Filipino horror movies. You always have to have a really attractive woman as the female lead, and we have one tonight in Pat Woodall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These movies seemingly made for me, as I'm of the age now where I'm age appropriate attracted to people. Like I don't like these 20-year-old starlets now. Like 39 still a bit young for me. And so that's what I'm aging right along with the Blood Island movies, and I feel good about it. I feel like is it maturing?
This is the yardstick by which you measure your life.
It is, and I feel like I was going to say I don't know if this is one of the more restrained. It's hard to say this is a restrained Blood Island movie because it has a flying Batman in it, and
there's nothing restrained about this movie.
Yeah, they're all individually crazy for different reasons. The year that they played the drive-in and they had the giant zombie tearing his own head off was the greatest. Like I love that image.
Well, that's a requirement for a Blood Island movie, is that there be a ridiculous monster.
Yeah.
The more ridiculous, the better. And there are numerous ridiculous monsters in tonight's movie.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I can't imagine, like, this is what I love about this movie. Like today, it would be all CGI'd monsters and it would look, but like this movie works, and it's so nice where it's like, hey, we can tell we don't need DVD extras to tell us how they did the flying scenes or any of the effects in it. It
would look too real if it was CGI. I think that's the problem with CGI, and why I don't like it is because it really does look too real. And when we were kids, at least when I was a kid, we always used to talk to each other. We'd be like, oh, that movie didn't look real. You have to go see this movie Friday the 13th. It looks real. Yeah. But like the realer it gets, somehow the less convincing it is. I don't know, but with CGI anyway.
Yeah. You know, if the Asylum folks made this with CGI, a remake, it wouldn't be as much fun. That's
exactly who I was thinking would make this. And it would it would just be all like stock stuff that they had bought and pre-built assets, and it would just be like
glued together. Kind of like our show. Except nobody's paying us for this.
Yeah, and I like that it's just
except for those of you who have donated to keep the show going. We really appreciate it. Tim Dortch is our sponsor for this evening. And I apologize now. The graphics are going to be really bizarre tonight. I use Flixier to edit these little things that you see, these busy little items going on in the other boxes. But Flixier just seems to be going to shit all of a sudden. Like the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've been working with it, like things are just out of control. Be Live is screwing up with that weird YouTube problem. It's like there are forces mounting against the Drive-In Asylum double feature. How it's demonic.
It is, but my pal from Toronto, Robert, weighs in by saying he's representing the Toronto chapter of the Ken Metcalf as Kuzma, the Antelope Man fan society, now with members in the double digits. Yeah, hi, Robert. How you doing?
Man.
That's good. Kuzma, the Antelope Man.
Man. I like the animal people in this. I actually like that most Dr. Moreau movies are miserable failures. That like stuff falls apart. Obviously, famously, the Richard Stanley one is perhaps the most all over the place one. Even the one before that, the 78 one. Like, no, this is the 90s, early 2000s one.
With Val Kilmer with Val Kilmer and Brando.
Yeah, where Brando had the little tiny mini version of himself.
It's boring. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah. So the 78 one's boring too. Like I like Michael York, but it's kind of like
that's the one I meant.
For such an exciting, like this is a movie about animal people that rise up and kill somebody, like kill their creator. Spoiler for if you haven't seen Dr. Moreau, 100-year-old story. Yeah. Like that should be exciting. This should be just like ridiculous. And and that's why the Blood Island ones, this and Terrorism Man, are way better because they give you exactly what you want.
And you get Pam Grier as the Panther Woman.
I know.
How is that? How does this even exist?
Yeah.
Pam Grier is just so stellar. Even when she's just an extra, they claim you can see her as an extra in Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. I don't know where she is. I can't find her in that movie. But this movie is just a little bit more than a cameo. The things she does in this movie are just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. Which, of course, that's why we're showing it.
I love the poster art for it. I love like the poster art way over promises you how good the animal people are going to look. And then you get here and you're like, it's all spirit gum. Like it's all just like, this is the best we could do. But you know what? Who cares? Yeah. Like we're here. We're good. We've taken this trip to Blood Island and we're living it up.
We're living the dream, boys. Living the dream.
Yeah.
It's imaginative. I think that's what's lacking a lot from CGI things is there's like amazing shit on the screen, but it's, I don't know. It's not as engaging as someone with a rubber face like the Man Bat and tonight's movie.
You know, and this is two movies tonight that have two of my favorite Z-grade leading actors as like the leads, John Ashley and Anthony Isley.
Yeah.
We're just like, hey, we used to have careers at one point. Yeah, now we're in this. But who cares? Like that's like John Ashley made a lot of money out of what he did.
He sure did. Mm-hmm. And he's always good in these things because every Blood Island movie you see Ashley in or Filipino horror movie, you know, he's got that great voice. You know, he narrates the opening to the A-Team, which he co-produced with Stephen J. Cannell. You know, you could try to find the A-Team. He's a great matinee idol voice, matinee idol looks, the mutton chop sideburns. He's like a big stolid hero. It's always good.
Yeah. I love him in all these. He also showed up in the last season of the A-Team as like their new nemesis, like the general or whatever his name is. And I was like, oh my God, John Ashley's in this.
John Ashley.
It's Ryan Clark. Ryan, I can't find her in that scene. I have tried to locate her. You have to show me sometime where she is.
Yeah. But I wish they had made more Blood Island movies, but I mean, 5's pretty good. And you know, I'd like to want my own, but like we have a lot of projects going on. As it is. But you know, I think they're very much of their time, and like I like how I don't think they would be as lurid today as they were then, but they feel super lurid. For their time.
Are. Yeah. I like they all have a formula, which is the colors are lurid, the music is bombastic.
Yeah.
John Ashley, hot woman, jungle, monsters. It's great. Well, Terrorism Man has one of the best openings of a horror movie where the doctor is in a rowboat with his Panther Man creation.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of goes on from there. And that's like, wow, that's a really good opening to a horror movie. We're going to see something special. And it's a pretty good movie. I saw that one many, many years ago on WPGH Channel 53's Scream In when that was on.
With what was the host's name?
Tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
As I get older, as I say, I'm aging into these movies. I'm always like watching these old professors that are more concerned with making animal people than their cougar blonde wives who are hitting their prime sexual years, but also, a little older. And it's like, that's why John Ashley comes rowing into town. And he's like, I'll take care of this. I'm fine. I'll help you out.
But
there were no complaints.
And this one, we should mention, was originally going to be released by New World, Roger Corman's company at the time. And apparently he and Larry Woolner had a partnership to start New World, and then they broke it off. And Woolner took this film with him to Dimension, which was his company. So...
And it got sold to 21st Century much later and re-released as 21st Century picked up almost all of Dimension stuff when Dimension finally went out. So I'm excited to see the ads for this one.
Yeah, I am too. I was absolutely off my gourd jumping on the couch when I saw the Eddie Murphy biopic of Rudy Ray Moore, which is Dolomite is my name, because Bob Odenkirk played Larry Woolner.
Yeah.
And they had to mention, they got it absolutely correct, that Dolomite Films went out through Woolner. And Woolner has that great scene where he said, we make movies for the drive-in. We make for the Southern drive-in, they make the Hicksploitation films, and then they make the Blaxploitation films. Very profitable.
Yeah. This is a prime movie for the show. Like you cannot argue that either of these movies don't fit in. You can argue the special effects of our second movie, but you cannot argue or in the first one. But you know what? But you know what? Like, I think if you see, it depends on when you see these movies. Like you said, you saw this on PGH. Were you to see this movie in the 70s at a much younger age, you're going to be so much more forgiving than today, where you're like, yeah, that movie was awesome. It had a flying man bat in it. And whereas the kids today would see like, oh, obviously he's on wires. Yeah, how else were you going to do it? Like, you know what I mean?
I just wanted him to do more. That's all. That was my problem with the man bat when I watched this the first time. I was like, well, that was cool. I wish, because the trailer really makes it look like he's going to be in the movie a lot.
And Sam, as you said last week, every scene of Darmo the Man Bat is in the trailer.
Yeah, they're all in there. I saw Sean might have said it in the chat too. It's like the more K as a movie is, like once this gets to 4K, people are always like, oh, I can see all the wires and I can see how they did the effects. Yeah, because they were not making it for this level of digital. Yeah. They didn't know, and they sometimes use the darkness and the fog and stuff to cover up how bad the effects were. Just throw stuff over it.
It was a blessing, not a curse.
So watch a shittier quality copy of it then.
Oh this one I don't want to see as a 4K UHD. Absolutely not. Or the second movie, The Mighty Gorga. But I
want to see Mighty Gorga as a 300 baud modem download in a CR. That's what it's like.
I'm laughing because you said Mighty Gorga and 4K in the same sentence.
Yeah, I know. But the other thing I would point out too, for folks who have not seen The Twilight People or Filipino horror movies in general, the dialogue is great because it's not one of those things where the dialogue is so bad that it's unintentionally funny. I think they knew that it was funny, some of the stuff that they wrote. But there's a really great speech. The best speech is the one between Dr. Lorca and Ashley in The Beast of Blood. And it's hilarious. And there's a hilarious speech here tonight. And again, they're kind of winking at the audience too. They know it's not high art. They know that, hey, you've come to the drive-in, you're expecting Dimension, what we're going to see here. We're going to see, boobs and blood and a beast. Wasn't that Andy?
Oh yeah, that's it. My 3-word summary of this movie was trashy, goofy, transcendent. It's way better than it should be. It's fun.
transcendent.
Yeah, because you know what? It's like when you're watching it, you're like, this is a great escape from the rest of the world. That's what this movie is. It is a very escapable movie, and I want to live. Again, it's a world that I want to live in, but also that I'll be destroyed by. So I don't really want to live in it all that bad.
Well, yeah, you'll be destroyed because Pam Grier as the Panther Woman will jump you and rip your throat out.
Yeah,
she's mean. She's really mean in this movie.
Yeah, Tracy asks, Twilight People Blood Island movie. It not officially, but yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
We've declared that it is tonight.
Yes, it's not part of the trilogy, I guess, obviously, because it would have been a quadrilogy like the Alien, which isn't really a word. No. But it's sort of like a Blood Island movie. You'll recognize all the signs when you see it tonight.
And I like the idea that there are these little islands somewhere in, I don't know, the Pacific or wherever it is, where it's just like wild shit's going down on this island. And it's like, how close is this to the mainland? No, but it could be. There could be these islands. As a kid, I always got through life by saying there could be an island where the last dinosaur lives. And that movie could be true too.
There could be an island off the coast of Florida with a big hotel that's abandoned, and Peter Cushing is a Nazi who's lived there since the war.
Yeah.
The thing that I always wondered about the Blood Island movies is the Mad Doctors always have a great setup.
Yeah.
What do they do? Do they boat that in? How do they get their clothes and their toilet paper?
These beautiful homes. Like, I was obsessed with Brides of Blood for that reason, because it shows the villagers living in these grass huts like Gilligan's Island. And then all of a sudden, like, this guy that turns into a tiki monster has this fucking killer hacienda.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, there's people there. There's like a super hot guy that takes care of him and cuts you with a machete if you come close to him. Like, how is he living like this?
It's like, are we to take, not that I want to bring the world into Blood Island, I know I just said that, but are we to take the mad scientists as the elite, as the upper crust of the world, because they have hot wives and they have beautiful houses and these setups? They've had to be successful at some point. Like, there had to be some courting when they weren't just in the lab. Like, there was like a time in their lives that they were able to land these hot, and it's not just money. I don't feel.
Well,
it
not
could
much
be.
It could be. Not much of a spoiler here, but remember, in this movie, the Mad Doctor is a disgraced Nobel Prize winner.
Right, yeah.
Which is great. I mean,
how do you get to be a disgraced Nobel Prize winner? Like it takes your whole life to get the Nobel Prize, you win it, and then and they're like, oh, yeah, we gotta disgrace.
You get the Nobel Prize though, Sam, and where is there to go but down from there?
That's right. That's absolutely right. Orson Welles directed Citizen Kane as his first film. Where's going to go from there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who knew that he would be in Transformers the movie someday?
He was so
or a Burt I. Gordon film.
Yeah. You know, it's like maybe his career is literally backward of where it should have been, but still, we love him.
But I love Ashley's career, though. He's in the AIP films. He's in the Beach Party movies. Then he goes to the Philippines and has a great run there, and winds up being the associate producer on Apocalypse Now because he knew filmmaking in the Philippines better than anybody, and Coppola hired him. And then he made so much money from that, he comes back to California, hooks up with Cannell, and they do tremendous TV shows. Obviously, A-Team, Hardcastle and McCormick. Producer 10 Speed and Brown Shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a awesome career, and that's what we should all dream of, like being in those, like having that life. I love that he was like, yeah, you know what? Like, I love the idea that the world wasn't as connected back then. So you could be like, I'm just going to live in the Philippines for a decade or two and make movies and be a success, or I'm going to go to Italy and make a bunch of movies. Or if you're Anthony Isley, you're like, I'm going to make the shittiest movies. Like, anybody that will take me, I'll take them.
I guess with Ashley he was married to the Beach Party movie star Deborah Wally, and his marriage broke up, and he figured, okay, I'm hurt, and I'm going to go to the Philippines and make this movie, and he loved it so much he stayed.
Yeah,
great, more power to him, man. He died at a young age, which is a real shame.
Yeah, but maybe I think I get the feeling from hearing stories about him, he lived like, the years of his life do not equal the living that he did. So which is the way to do it.
Right. You want
Pack
to
it
live
in.
hard. Yeah, exactly. You live
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
But if anybody hasn't seen this, I don't know how many first-time viewers we have tonight. You're really going to like it. I would describe it as kind of like a little, almost in a way, a fairy tale for the driving crowd.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any nudity. That's the only thing that it doesn't fit in the Filipino movie genre. But there is an attractive lead. You got a mad doctor, and as I said early on, lurid colors, blaring music, monsters, jungle, John Ashley, hilarious dialogue. And it runs like, 84 minutes or something?
It's the right length. Yeah.
It doesn't ask much, you know.
No. I like the mad scientist in this. The difference of the other Blood Island is he's like, I'm going to make the perfect animal human hybrid, and only John Ashley can be that animal human hybrid. And you're like, isn't he a little older for that and a little paunchier than you? And like, who gives a shit? He's John Ashley, like, and that's what's great about it. Like, it's like, yes, he's the perfect man. He's the Steve Rogers here.
I'm not going to spoil it, but how he captures John Ashley in the opening of the movie is great.
Yeah.
It's really good. And for our friend Jennifer Upton in London, the opening of this movie is much like Island Claws, where there's beautiful underwater photography with smooth jazz. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, flashing across the screen there was the news about the brand new issue of Drive-In Asylum that's just available in the Groovy Doom Etsy shop. It's not back from the printer yet, so I don't have one to hold up for you to peep at, but just use your imagination.
Yeah.
All the details are there. It's our 7th special.
Wow.
It's just amazing that we've been doing. I mean, and I've really slowed down on getting these issues done. I'm averaging like 1 or 2 a year now that we do the show, but I only have so much room in my life, honest.
Quality, not quantity, Bill.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. I'm not just going to crank it out just to get it out there.
Yeah.
I am so excited that you guys asked me on the show, even though Bill took umbrage that I kind of criticized Windows in my review.
How dare you remind me that? That was bad, Chris.
No.
I mean, AC.
Hey, I gave a balanced review. I told you the good things and the bad things. And let's face it, Windows is not a success at what it tries to be. But
the bad things are the good things, if you ask me.
Exactly. It's entertaining. And I can't wait to read the rest of the reviews and stories.
Yeah.
Great. Another going to be another great issue.
I think that Bill and I love movies that don't always add up for what they are. And like, it's like, I've been reviewing like a lot of these. I found this list on Letterboxd of movies that Roland and Franco would have made if they were alive today. And every one of these movies, when I'm reading the reviews, people are like, this movie doesn't make any sense and it doesn't add up. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, genius, wonderful.
Just go with it, you know.
I watched one today. I've been meaning to talk to you about, AC, so I was really excited about it.
What did you watch?
It is called, let me load up my list here. For the Plasma, have you seen that? Vinegar Syndrome put it out.
No.
Oh, so it's about two girls, that a girl and her college friend who have not talked in years come together to live in a house.
I read your review. Yeah.
And so in this movie, they watch CCTV footage. They're supposed to be watching the forest to make sure there are no forest fires. And instead, when the one girl drones out while watching this footage, she can accurately predict the stock market. So she has become an expert on the stock market. People are trying to hire her for her services. Meanwhile, there's a ghost in the house. Meanwhile, there's boyfriend trouble. None of it goes anywhere. None of it adds up. There's scenes that just go on forever. A lot of just blurry footage. It feels if there was a grandfather clock with a vampire in it, it would be rolling. If it suddenly flashed to Jenna Maroney's vagina, it would be Jess Franco. But it's good. But it's one of those movies that I would tell AC about it, and he'd be like, yeah, I got to check that out. But if I told anybody else, like, why the fuck would you tell me about this movie? This movie is unfinished bullshit.
At least AC believes you that it's a real movie, whereas other people might argue with you that you're making it up.
They're like, wait, I love the conceit of this, that they're like, oh, a girl watching forest fires learns how to manipulate the stock market. That's a high concept. And like, let's make a 2-hour relationship drama about it that's kind of science fiction. Where's it at? Tubi, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, I
say
saw
that like
that.
it's a bad thing.
That's
Yeah.
good. Well, those movies that kind of look unfinished are actually kind of entertaining. Look at the one you recommended to me, The Mummy and the Curse of the Generals.
That movie is not even a movie. That movie is, I don't know what. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it more with Anthony Isley coming up later, but that movie, like the director wrote real movies. Like he made many movies.
He wrote an actual Mummy movie for Universal, The Mummy's Curse.
The most hated of all the Universal Mummy movies. Right. But he did movies. People in it worked on other movies. I don't know how anybody working on that was like, this will do.
No. That's one of those movies where it just sort of starts and it's like, what, did they start and lose the first two reels? Because you're like in the middle of action that they're talking about that you have not seen and you have no clue. See, the thing about the Filipino horror movies, they have act 1, act 2, act 3.
Yeah.
Character arcs. It moves like a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it sometimes doesn't move fast like a movie, but it moves. It's got pacing. But these weird, unfinished sort of taped together with Scotch tape and crazy glue movies are just, they're fun.
I like when a movie seems like it's setting up a big idea and then all of a sudden it's like, what if we just lounge out for a little bit and we don't do anything else with it? Bill, by the way, speaking of movies that do that, I was watching Murder, She Wrote today, as I do. And Marianne McAndrew from the Bat People was in it, in a bit part. And I was like, why is no one paying more attention to her? Because she's from the Bat People. Episode 4, this episode has so many people in it, Bill. John Saxon's in it. Samantha Egger's in it. She brought all her own clothes. She plays the costumer for the movie because John Saxon's producer character is making one of Jessica's books into a movie. And it ends up being a slasher. It has like chainsaw scenes in it and stuff, and it's all shot in neon and fog. I want to see the movie that they're making out of this. Melissa Sue Anderson is the lead in it, coming out of Happy Birthday to Me, and
her horror tour de force.
Yeah, and oh my god, she's secretly sleeping with John Saxon and another of the actors. Jessica doesn't want them to make this movie, so when Saxon gets killed, she gets busted for it. John Ashton plays the director of the movie. It's got like everybody I love in it, and it's the first episode of Murder, She Wrote where she wears a dumb outfit. This is my favorite part of Murder, She Wrote, where Jessica is a smart person, right? She taught school, but she loves to dress up and act drunk or have an accent. And like, what the fuck are you doing, Jessica? So this is the first step. She acts like a tourist and takes the Universal tour, and she somehow is able to jump off the ride by Jaws and just walk onto a set. And people are like, we know it's you. Like you've already been on the set.
She broke character.
She broke character, yeah. But anyway, Sam, it's good.
Sam, when you talk about Murder, She Wrote, it brings back the line that Shelley Winters says to John Huston at the end of The Visitor. Jersey, you're an interesting man. Because you are, Sam, you have that dual nature inside. You like Murder, She Wrote and Twilight People.
Yeah. But also, if you think about, there's a crossover. That's why I like Murder, She Wrote, because you'll be watching it and you'll be like, oh my God, John Saxon is at once in this and in cannibal movies and in Tenebrae. And he made Tenebrae right around the same time he did Murder, She Wrote. And I like to think in my head that, like, how did he keep it all straight? He's flying to Italy. He's like, okay, so I'm in this movie where I play a book publisher and I get killed in broad daylight. All right. And he's, oh, okay. And then now I'm in this movie and I'm a producer and I get killed. And now I'm in this movie and I'm a sheriff and I killed a serial killer and he comes back from the grave to menace my daughter. Okay.
So many actors in our favorite movies were on TV a lot. Like Charles Cyphers was always on Wonder Woman. So were Christopher George and Linda Day. They were in the same episode. One of the best Wonder Woman episodes where she takes on Fausta, the German Wonder Woman, and he ends up like turning her by the end of this episode. Like Fausta becomes a right-on sister, and she's gonna join the resistance. But
also speaking of Wonder Woman, Lyle Wagner was in this episode of Murder, She Wrote too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still playing a Lyle Wagner role. Like he's like, I love that he's like a little long in the tooth, a little paunchy. He's still like trying to bang Jessica. It's great.
I hate knowing that Linda Carter and Lyle Wagner hated each other.
I don't want to know that.
I know.
I want to think that they were a couple.
or could have been.
Could have been, yeah. I love my other thing that I love about Murder She Wrote, and I swear this will be the last thing I say about it. I'm fascinated by the many men that are trying to have sex with Jessica Fletcher. Because if you think about it, like when I was younger, I'm like, she's old. No, she's probably the same age as me right now. She's probably 52. And her husband died young.
How does it feel, Sam?
I know. How does it feel to treat me like you do? And when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, of course. Like all these single older dudes, their wives have died too. They're all in this small town together. Like, of course she should have a rich and active sex life that we can't show on TV in 1984. But
the G-rated version of her.
Yeah. But like I really dig that like there's the episode starts with Claude Atkins fixing her sink, fixing her plumbing. And I'm like, no guy fixes your plumbing and doesn't want to have sex with you. Like he doesn't just randomly come over and be like, oh, let me fix your sink. That's it. That I want to ship that couple, Claude Atkins and her. Yeah, that's hot. See, I'm getting older and getting more mature.
I'd film that. Yeah, I'd sell it.
Yeah,
well, that's very Freudian. He's fixing her pipes.
Exactly. He's Sheriff
Thank
Lobo
you for going there when none of us wanted to.
I also have this strange feeling that like every character is every character they played in every movie somewhat. So it's like, oh, Sheriff Lobo is getting with the witch from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And that's what I want. That's what I'm watching TV for.
My drink is like getting lots of comments in the section.
Yeah, they said it looked like a wizard that you were pouring.
Well, the wizard bottle was this, and it's simply a decanter.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is.
Oh, you're one of those fancy lads. You have a decanter.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it was some vodka that I wanted. It was in a giant bottle, and I wanted to get rid of the bottle, so I just poured it in this decanter.
I love it.
And the rest of the drink is.
Was Barbie Eden in that bottle?
I have a real genie bottle.
Oh man.
It's an old Jim Beam decanter, I guess, or I guess they sold that shit in it for a while. Like, could you imagine getting something fancy like that at the liquor store now without paying through the nose? But no, this was blue raspberry soda with vodka and Bacardi. So it's my little secret drink. I know we haven't done the drink segment yet.
Yeah, Tracy, my dates were definitely off, but I was just speaking allegorically. And not as fact, but thank you. But I agree, he didn't go directly from Tenebrae to Murder She Wrote, but it's okay. Thank you for calling out, though. I appreciate it.
So let's look at some ads from Twilight People, and this was
Animal Desires, Human Likings.
I guess lusts was too much for this newspaper, wherever this was.
Are you guys cool with going to see it during the Econo hour, though? I want to make sure that we save some money.
The Econo hour.
Yeah, from 4 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is in a strip mall shopping center cinema, which that's kind of weird because this thing would play better at the drive-in for sure.
Yeah, but they weren't going to not market it somewhere else. You know,
I know.
They're going to get their dollar out of this.
Oh.
Here's a whole bunch of Philippines lensed movies, including another Blood Island film, Beast of Blood, and Curse of the Vampires.
Ooh.
Oh, how old was Beast of Blood by this point? It was showing its
a couple years. This was 1972, by the way, when Twilight People.
Yeah, Beast of Blood, I think, was like 69.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't that far. I mean, most of these movies were made within a couple of years of each other. The Blood Island films and the Filipino vampire films, I think, were like mid 60s to late 60s. The one that really, we'll talk about it in a minute. The one that really disappointed me was Vampire People. Because I waited years and years to see Vampire People, and then it turned out to totally not be what I thought it was going to be.
I like Skullduggery played with this, which is like a movie that also, when you get excited about, you're like, oh, that's going to be something, and it's really not.
There's Samantha Egger again.
Yeah.
Light at the Edge of the World.
Oh, that movie is way more violent than I ever thought. It is a downer. I love it. It's great. Yeah.
They featured that on the Tarantino Avery Video Archives podcast last year.
That's where I discovered it. Yeah, I'd never seen it before, and I was like, wow, this is something else. It fits in good with Twilight People. That's a good one. I love this ad, by the way, Bill. This is like a very what's that one early canon movie with Angela Lansbury in it, the wolf one, where
Company of Wolves.
Company of Wolves. It's very Company of Wolves looking.
Yeah, actually, I think they used the same kind of creature for that Young Hannah, Queen of the Vampires reissue called Crypt of the Living Dead. It had something like this in it. And this is literally something you'll see in tonight's movie. This is not just like a figurative representation.
Dustin asked who did the art. I was looking for, because I know for some reason I thought there was a Neil Adams version of the art for this. But this is obviously not Neil Adams. It might be Gene Colan was doing a lot of stuff for Dimension, but not sure.
Look, this was Pittsburgh because there's a Dependable drive-in.
Yeah.
So of course it played the Dependable with the Doberman Gang.
That's it. This is a Jen Upton double feature right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's
Upton
like,
would be all over this.
she would be like, guys, we got to go see the Doberman Gang. Come on, it's playing. And we're like, oh, okay. She's like, it's not a horror movie. I know it's going to look like it from the thing, but it's not. This is why they don't let us run the April Ghouls, because these are the kind of movies that we'd be like, okay, it's all the Doberman Gang movies in one night. Wow, the Psychic played with this?
Yeah.
That's a different. Is this later? Because Psychic.
This was 1981. Actually.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
They were still trotting this out in the 80s, if you can believe that.
Oh.
There's the true tagline: human lust. Say it. Don't say likings. Say lust.
They're definitely speaking to me. It's like, hey, and Victoria Vetri, like, okay, yeah, I'll show up. Wow.
Oh, Victoria Vetri, yeah.
There she is.
There she is.
Look at this.
Look at this Night at the Movies. That's going to be my new pen name, Jan Merlin. Like when I sign into hotels, I'll be like, my name's Jan Merlin. And they're like, oh, okay. Why does your credit card say something completely different?
He's really great in the Twilight People.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan Merlin.
What's he known for? Can you name anything else he was in?
Oh God, he was on a lot of TV. If only I had a magic box.
That's all you had to say. Was a lot of TV. We've probably seen him a million times.
I'm pulling him up, but he's cool. You folks can look out for old Jan Merlin here.
We've seen him a Merlin times.
Okay, he was on Another World for like 30 years.
Oh, there we go. Roger Frolian would have known that.
Oh, yeah, Roger would
have. Opera.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see if I get any movies that he was in. Hold on. He has 113 listed acting roles on IMDb. Wow. Busy guy. Wow. Holy.
That's respectable.
And of course, he's on the A-Team and Riptide.
Yeah.
So he got along pretty well with Ashley. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to pick some good ones here. His career goes all the way back to 1953. He was in them, uncredited. He was also in a lot of TV, like GE Theater, Chevron Hall of Stars. I'm trying to find movies here. Zane Grey Theater, more TV. Rough Riders, Perry Mason, Rawhide, Man from U.N.C.L.E. Okay, we're into the 60s now. Tarzan, the TV series, The Fugitive, Time Tunnel, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. He was in Corman's The St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Mannix, Twilight People. I Escaped from Devil's Island. That's a movie you guys should show. That's a sleazy ass Gene Corman produced movie.
I like it already.
Yeah, it's good.
The names in this ad might look a little small on the screen, so I'm sorry I've been dwelling on it for a while, but I was just waiting for an end to talk about all the grooviness in this, including frogs.
A Bill favorite.
And the Conqueror Worm. But frogs,
Tales from the Crypt is right where my eyes went in this, because Death Lives. Yeah.
Death Lives. And then there was that dubious Tales from the Crypt 2.
Yeah.
Which was actually the Vault of Horror reissued, and it said Death Still Lives.
Oh.
Death never dies, apparently.
No.
Okay. Here's something. Here's a larger version of that thing we saw earlier.
Jennifer O'Neill's birthday was yesterday, Bill.
Aw.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kim from Scanners.
Yeah. Happy birthday. She played Ronald Reagan's mom in the new Reagan movie. I was on the plane flying to Dallas, and as soon as she showed up, I yelled out loud, "Jennifer O'Neill," and the person next to me said, "Huh?" And I said, "Oh, sorry."
She was psychic.
Mm-hmm.
That Jennifer O'Neill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, what's the devil's script?
That's like it's not the devil's nightmare, I don't think, but I don't know, it might be. It's one of those Euro horror, sleazy Euro horror pictures.
Nudies. Is that what they call those art movies?
Nudies.
Nudies.
Boobies. Oh, look, here's the Doberman gang with
Again.
Twilight people. Well, there was Doberman and Batman.
Yeah.
On the bill that night. And of course, two stunning AIP bloodsuckers, Blackula and Count Yorga.
How great would it be if they had done Blackula versus Count Yorga? I would 100% go see that.
Well, it was going to be like Blackula and Count Yorga in the third Dr. Phibes movie.
Yeah.
But of course it never happened.
Yeah.
Like none of the good stuff really happened.
I'm sure that Vincent Price wouldn't have been shitty to anybody that he was making that with.
He wouldn't have been shitty to William Marshall.
No, he would have been very nice to William Marshall. But
they both did Shakespeare.
Yeah. There probably would have been a scene where they did Shakespeare together. And I would love it. Yeah.
They would have both been mean to Robert Quarry, though.
Oh, yeah. Like Robert Quarry's like, "Can I do a soliloquy?" And they're like, "Can you?" And then he would just laugh like that. I don't know. Oh, wow. Wow. I drink your blood playing outside of I Eat Your Flesh. Are we going to get jealous?
It did. Jerry Gross put it out with The Hunchback of the Morgue, starring our pal Paul Naschy.
Yeah.
And it was, no.
That's how The Hunchback of the Morgue got that hunchback, trying to carry I Drink Your Blood.
But then
I drink
if they would only
I'm thinking of I Eat Your Flesh. Sorry.
They could have eaten his hunch and everybody would have been happy.
Yeah. I Drink Your Blood's the good one. I Eat Your Flesh is the bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
but
I Eat Your Skin.
I Eat Your Skin, yeah. Baron Blood, however.
Baron Blood, awesome.
Wow, Twilight people, that's the ultimate in agony. Yeah.
You mean after Elizabeth died?
Yeah, exactly.
I only call it by the real title.
Hey, coming Sunday, guys, if you're around, Kung Fu Punch of Death. Is that a drink or is it a punch? Come see it.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Kung Fu Punch of Death.
Isn't it weird that a movie would open on a Sunday?
Yeah. It would, but I don't know. Maybe that was Sunday at 5 was the time to go see Kung Fu.
Jeff, I like that Late Show Tonight logo too.
Yeah.
With a little sliver of a moon.
Do you like that the Hunchback of the Morgue had to be called out? I agree with Steve Wilson here. That it was like, hey, the Hunchback? Well, there's two of them in town. Oh, the Hunchback of the Morgue? Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Let's get it right. Oh my God.
Here's quite a lineup.
This is a Bill lineup if I've ever seen one.
Is it?
Yeah. This is.
Well,
it's a little fast moving, but this is good.
Yeah, Twilight people would have looked absolutely glacial next to Dawn of the Dead and Don't Answer the Phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's for people just rolling in. If you're running late, Twilight people, but don't worry, things are going to pick up. We also have we told you about our heaters twice in the same ad?
Car heaters.
They also put it up above in case you missed it. Like we got. Look, I know it's cold, right? But we got heaters.
And I love that the sleaziest one is Don't Answer the Phone.
Yeah. They did the inverse of the dependable. They didn't run the G one last. They ran the sleazy one last. Now this is a Sam double feature right here. Two of the lustiest. I wouldn't call The Creeping Flesh a lusty movie. I'm sorry. It's not. No. Like Deep Throat was already out at this point. Like come on.
That skeleton is after her bust. It's lusty.
He's like, hey, you want to see how big my finger is?
It's got this flesh on it.
Yeah, my finger.
Well, my creeping flesh finger.
This is such a slap in the face to everybody. Frankenstein and Dracula could be destroyed. We got the Hammer did those titles, but nothing can stop The Creeping Flesh. You guys,
Yeah, that's I don't know. Don't invoke Dracula and Frankenstein.
Yeah, don't compare them, and don't put a PG on it when you're saying they're lusty. How about this handwritten type on this Bill? The Curse of the Vampire, right? Like below, like the handwritten type is beautiful.
Yeah, the Louisville papers had a lot of that during this era, all of which I documented on Groovy. Well, not all of it, but you know what I mean.
I love that there were just experts at doing this, where I can even see like the lines that they put in to make everything look good. But this is a gorgeous ad.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Always a work of art.
Yeah.
And there was so much attention. I mean, I'm sure it was easy for whoever did that. It had to have been for them to do it every week. But it just looks like, they spent days and days on it.
I worked with a production artist that used to do type like that, just hand done type. And it was amazing to see him do it. Like he would just like anyone would do handwriting. That's how he wrote like that and was able to do those thicks and thins like that. It was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. My daughter took interior design in college and graphic design, and she has beautiful hand type. All of you guys that are artistically inclined, not old AC here, have beautiful handwriting.
Yeah. Oh,
there's another beautiful one.
This handwriting maybe not as good, but I still like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have a talent like that, like Louisville.
Yeah.
I think this was Albuquerque.
In the ad, Matt, do you think there was just a blank area to put in what it was playing with?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was something there and they blanked it out.
Yeah,
they blanked what they had.
Yeah.
It's probably the Doberman gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, we're going to do a Blood Island movie with this because we know it's Blood Island.
Yeah. I like that the Bat Boy got up on top really big. Like he's got a good shape on this one.
It looks like there's some ordinary bats flying with him.
Yeah.
They're part of a colony.
He made some friends.
The Mao doctor. Yes, it's Mao Zedong.
Yeah.
There's vampire people.
Oh, they did it.
One of the most disappointing fake outs of my life.
Oh, so angry.
Especially if you saw the ad or the TV spot trailer.
Yeah. Starts today. Oh, okay.
So here's the Pittsburgh drive-ins, and look at that very one at the very top. Let's start there. That's where Twilight People is.
Oh, you're gonna keep fighting about windows with AC. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Herschel Gordon Lewis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a schizophrenic lineup that Ken Marr brought. Airplane, followed by The Final Countdown, followed by The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That is a wild feature.
Isn't that last movie like 3 hours long?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love the Monroeville, though. Okay. Linda Lovelace for president. Spaghetti Western. We don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Like, Sex on the Run.
Yeah. Sex on the Run. Shrink of the Mutilated. Jesus Christ. What a night at the fucking movies that is.
The co-ed murders, which is what have they done to your daughters?
Exactly. Yeah. What is Revenge of the Living Dead? Is that one of the Blind Dead movies?
No, shouldn't that be Revenge of the Dead, which is Zader?
No, it's Revenge of the Living Dead, the retitle of Kill Baby Kill.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's right. Okay. The Orgy of the Dead combo show.
Who in the world was asking for George Burns and Oh God Book 2 and Samuel Fuller's The Big Red One to play together? Because I want to meet him and shake their hand, because that is awesome. 100% love it. Bill, this is the best drive-in panel ever, because Burnt Offerings, Daughters of Satan, and Audrey Rose is another Sam triple feature, but only look at the one below it at Twin Highway. Good Lord. Astro Zombies, Horror of Dracula, Curse of the Devil, and Vampire Beast Craves Blood. What a fucking night at the movies.
Wow.
I think
it's astonishing.
How did anybody ever watch a movie again after that?
No.
You could have just quit. I can't believe I was at the Cane Road and it played Windows and Color Me Blood Red. I always thought the Cane Road was just a boring family drive-in. No, not at this point.
Mm-mm. Anything could have happened at the
Oh
cane.
my God.
Oh, back up to Windows. I pointed out to Bill this week, Sam, that if you
Mm-hmm.
see the new Progressive insurance commercial, she said she calls Flo Emily. And
Yeah.
that absolutely is a Windows reference.
Well, I thought the same thing when I watched this. I'm like, everybody thinks that this is a single weight female, but no, this is Windows.
No, it's Windows.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that creative directors do. I could tell you from doing this for a living. Like, what if I got in this line from a movie that 100 people have seen into this commercial?
That's the kind of shit you do, Sam, right?
I know, yeah. We used to name everybody in commercials Steve because we hated this one account guy named Steve. So we would always say his name like Steve in commercials. His name ended up being like 10 commercials in a year. Oh my God.
Good thing there's a lot of Steves in the world.
Yeah, exactly. He was like never picked it up. And we actually had these like toys talking like Robot Chicken style, and the one we sculpted to look exactly like him. And I remember him being like, I really love this guy. He did a great job. And we're like, thanks, Steve. And I was like, he's certainly gonna get it this time. Nope. So
yeah, as Matt says, Twin Highway was a brawl punk keg party of a night.
Totally, man. I can't. People are like Pittsburgh didn't get culture till the 2000s. Bullshit. If you look at that fucking ad, that was 100% full culture. Yeah, that. Oh my God, we were better once. Like those lineup of movies prove that. The Dependable was probably playing something really nasty too.
Better, stronger, faster.
Yeah, we were.
Well, maybe we should do the drink segment finally.
Shall we?
Even though I skipped ahead, sorry.
That's okay.
I wasn't playing by the rules.
You know about the Twilight.
I'm not going to.
I know a Twilight dog.
A dog that has twilighting. Yes. You know the Twilight people. I'm not talking about the vampires. Talking about the people that live next to Blood Island. The people that live next to Blood Island. This drink's for them. We got 1.5 ounces of tequila, 3 ounces pineapple juice, 1.5 ounces of half.
Say pineapple.
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 Yeah.
Pineapple.
Stop it.
Half. We got the cocoa reel, and we got the lime juice, and we got the simple syrup. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Simple syrup. Is that how you say it? Anyway, put it all in a shaker. Pour it in a cup. Come on, everybody. Let's get brass monkey. Here we go. We're going to put these together. And then simple syrup and lime.
And your cocoa be real.
And cocoa beware. Here we go. No jokes from the peanut gallery, please. About the viscosity of the cocoa reel.
You're the one who only thinks about it.
I don't think about it.
No one else thinks about it.
There's people right now watching this video. They're like,
no.
what is that stuff? It smells like bleach. That's what they're thinking. No, it's coconut. I swear to you. How about on New Year's? Bill was shaking, and Bill's shake is like way better than mine. It was upsetting. No, it wasn't. We're going to strain this one.
He's a professional.
He is a professional. I'm but a dilettante.
You're something.
A little boy. Little boy. Trying to be a big boy.
I think the lid's going to come off.
Oh, you think?
Mm-hmm.
You want to test it?
No.
Let's test fate. Hey, Fate, we're testing you right now. How you doing, Fate? Guess what?
It's the same color as the last drink.
You just beat Fate. This season's all about off-white, slightly green drinks. Before, it was all green drinks. This season, it's all about drinks that are kind of gross looking. Milky, titty milk looking drinks.
Maybe.
What?
Try it. Pizzuzo.
Pizzuzo. I can't laugh. You can't laugh and drink, so you go. Come on. That's perfect. This is the exact drink I wanted to be. This is like an Orange Julius-esque drink, but with lime. Perfectly blended. Don't taste You could probably put the whole bottle of tequila in this and I'd like it. But for those of you that don't like the bracing taste and don't drink one of my drinks and go, this is probably the right one for you. Still got a lot of alcohol in it, but you won't tell. This is wonderful. Pazuzu. Pineapple.
Pineapple improves it.
Really good, Sam.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Thank you. Pazuzu. I used to like those old Snapple commercials that had Bjorn Borg in them. Remember those? And he'd be like, my favorite drink is Snapple. And like, maybe we should have done another cut of this. Roger, what's up? Roger's drinking a big cherry rum, big red mixture happening here. That sounds good.
Ooh.
Nice. Pazuzu to everybody. This is a very dangerous drink because there's a lot of tequila in it and you don't taste it. And you're like, oh, man.
Got a milk mustache here from the half and half.
Yeah.
A titty milk mustache.
Titty milk.
Thanks, Sam, for that. And you were like, I was like, did he really just say what I think he said?
I was trying to make Becky yell at me because I think it's funny when she gets upset. So, but I love my wife very much. So, though I do push her maybe a lot. She's probably listening right now, being like, yes, of course. Yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Black Manhattan, that's what Sean Midas is having. Nice. Ooh. Guys, we're not that far away from drinking at the drive-in together.
I know. And Sam, Becca knows you very, very well because at the drive-in, I brought my bottle of Malort, which I've been trying to get rid of for a couple of years. And we all tried it. You were away. And before you came back, Becca said, oh, Sam will say he likes it. And you did. And it's terrible. You were being kind. You were being very nice to me.
I liked it. Hey, next weekend, I'm going to a horror convention, Bill, on Friday. I'm going to the Horror Realm in Pittsburgh. Very excited
to meet
what's her name from Prom Night 2?
What's her name? Yeah.
Mary Lou. Yeah, I have only referred to her as her character's name. I don't want to know the act. I just wanted to. I'm like one of those children, a Make-A-Wish child. Like Sam wants to meet her. Okay, how old is he? He's 52. Oh, okay, bring him to the front of the line.
I was so angry that last year Bradley Steele Harding was at that horror convention in Texas and they had the haunted carousel horse.
Oh,
you could get your picture taken. I saw that horse, I believe, in a Planet Hollywood in Niagara.
Oh my God.
Many years ago, and I should have taken a picture of it. He was great.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm excited though. Obviously, the whole reason I'm going to this show is to spend money at Severin's table. But you know how that goes. Like, what else do I need? And what do you got? That's what happens when I go to shows. So I'm excited about it. It's just fun to get out. In between my epic voyage to Bucks County this week, that'll be the big thing. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Well, shall we start the first feature?
We should. If you haven't watched a movie with us before, we watch it. Movies by ourselves, and then you come back and we'll discuss it. You'll see it show up on Facebook, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours in or so, and we'll all get together. We'll discuss. We'll nosh. We'll talk it out. Bill, Coffee Talk was on the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, and it made me super happy.
Who was on Coffee Talk with Linda Richmond?
It was Brooklyn Talk, and Linda Richmond came on to Brooklyn Talk to talk to them, which was pretty great. And if we haven't mentioned it, Philip mentioned Mike Justice is on his podcast this week, which is exciting. And Bill's going to be on soon too. Bill, you're going to talk about Endless Summer on there, right?
No, Big Wednesday.
Oh, surfing film.
Endless Summer.
That's a good one.
See, I knew it was a surfing movie, so.
Yeah, I was on Phil's podcast for the last episode of 2024, and it was a marathon, Sam, over 3 hours. I was trying to break your record. We had a really great time. It's a super cool podcast.
I'm going to listen to it on my drive out because it's I think it's a 5-hour drive from here to Bucks County. So I think I could probably get a full Phil podcast in. No, I'm kidding. I'm saying that with peace and love. But okay, guys.
Well,
this is on
Steve
Tubi.
Asked, and I forgot to post a link to where you could watch the movie. It is on Tubi. So you could probably find it on YouTube as well, but just watch the Tubi version. That way we'll all get commercials and end around the same time.
Both movies are on Tubi tonight, so that's exciting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe if I wasn't flying by the seat of my pants. What's that?
I'm sorry. How many first timers do we have tonight? Always fun to find out whose virginity will be taken by this movie.
Twilight people.
And I don't want to set us up for the next segment, but there were no gremlins during the first segment, which was pretty exciting. That never happens, and
beautiful,
super exciting. Also, when you load it up on Tubi, the first image you're going to see is the bat guy. It's just him with a bloody mouth grabbing somebody, and I was like, of all images to pick, that's a great one.
Yeah, probably not the movie that you would expect from that image.
Do you want me to give you the Tubi TV guide thing about this is?
Yes.
Kidnapped while scuba diving, an adventurer is taken to an island inhabited by mad scientists. This monstrous animal-human hybrid creations. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
80 minutes. That's all you need, and PG. But this is 70s PG.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's
true. Yeah. There is some violence in this movie, although none of it is convincing, so you're not going to be grossed out by it or anything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Bill, there's a new Tubi original called Tarot Curse that I watched this week, and it has a kill that I've never seen in a movie. Very excited about it. A girl, these kids all get cursed because they go to a fortune teller. We've seen it before, right? But they all are told they're going to die. It's very Final Destination. And she gets killed because she gets a candy bar out of a vending machine at work and it doesn't come out. So she tries to reach underneath to pull it out. And you know, those wires that they're in, the wires wrap around her hand and shred her fingers everywhere. Oh. I was laughing so hard. I was like, I've never seen this. I've been fearful of it.
And it killed her?
Yeah. She bled out inside the machine.
Guess she bled out.
Yeah. It was like spraying all over the inside of the machine. They cut to a candy bar, like a wrapper for a candy bar with blood just dripping down it. And I was like, that is great.
It could totally happen.
It could happen. I always used to like to point out to my family that products liability sticker that they had on vending machines. Don't have it fall on you. Don't tip it over. Don't shake it. Like, how stupid could you be to have a vending machine fall on you? But, you know, I guess the daughter...
They climb up inside of it? They climb up inside the claw machine?
Yeah.
And then someone leaves with their kid?
Enjoy the movie, everybody, on that note.